So this, my friends, is a new board from Alloy this year, and it's the OutKome, K-O-M-E, I believe. And it's a fun new board for those that are looking for something that's just kind of like an all-rounder, kind of a one-board quiver that's kind of a bit on the directional side of all mountain, but very much on the double-ender side of free ride. So it's kind of in that border, but I'd say it's definitely more all mountain because it's a double ender. And it has, you know, a lot of cool things going for it. First off, you can see the tip and tail are the same width, but the nose looks to be a little, maybe a little longer than the tail. It's tough to tell, you know, with just eyes, but it looks that way. And then, you know, it kind of comes in and you've got that kind of like alloy side cut. It's very subtle. It's kind of like a mellow mag from Nidecker. You can kind of see how it kind of rolls through, and it adds just a little bit extra to the grip, along with that hybrid camber, making it really fun. And it's hard to see, but it's there. It's just a very subtle disruption. And it's great. Now check out the camber profile here. I love that edge hole, but to follow up on what I just said, it's great. It's great for hard snow. It's not a perfect ice specialist, but it's definitely great for those people who see medium to hard snow often and still want to have a little more extra grip. And as you can see, there's a good bit of camber in the center underfoot, and it kind of goes back. It seems like there might be a little early rise or a little flat towards the tail, but then kind of comes just past the bindings. It kind of comes down like this and kind of feels like it ends right with the bindings, and then starts just a mellow rocker up, as you can see here. And when you flex down, you can kind of see what it does there. But that's really fun for those people who want more of a double ender feel in powder. I mean, in groomers, but then in powder want to set it back a little bit and get some directional float, and that rocker there helps. Now, we're doing a few new things here. We're doing width, and we're going to do minimum and maximum width, which is what we always do, and you're looking at just about 20.5 inches, and then about 25 and a quarter inches all the way out if you really want to just dangle, really just dangle your man bits. And then if you want to set it all the way back, well, actually, I wanted to talk about, we'll get to that in a second, but I wanted to talk about width at the front two bindings and width at the bottom two bindings, so you can kind of figure out how you might work with this board with your boot length, because every boot size doesn't always match the boot length or the footprint. So we're looking at just about, oh, I don't know, probably 27.3 down to the edge there, and then 26, about 26.3 centimeters. And then on the top here, you're looking at just about 26.3 or 26.4. It's very hard to tell with millimeters. And then 27.3 or 4 too. So that's the width there for you to determine that. And then I measured the setback on board at 22.75 set all the way back. The difference between the nose to the last insert on the front binding and the tail to the last insert on the front binding, on the back binding, is 3.5 inches. So that's 1.75 inches back on board, which isn't bad. It's kind of like in the all mountain, it's kind of just like average for most all mountain boards. There's usually a difference of about 3 to 4.5 inches between the nose and the tail. I think I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry, bless me. I'm a repeater. So nice all black base with a little crazy yellow up top and their Alloy logo, but Most of it is very easy to repair with black PTEX. So all in all, the OutKome, I'm probably the most interested in out of all their boards, because for us in the US, we see a lot of conditions, everything from hard snow to powder in a lot of resorts we ride. And a board like this is a great one board quiver for most, where the Sniper is a great full camber carver, but you want something else for powder. And you know, the DO is its own world. It's just fucking out there, in a different realm than we play in here at the Good Ride. And then you know, the B-Bomb is a fun mountain freestyle board, but it's not the kind of board you get if you want to set back on powder. So this kind of covers all the bases. It's fun to turn, it's fun to carve, it floats okay. I had some thick powder, and overall, it's a fun board.